Greetings from Cybertron. This is SoundJack here with a quick news video. I said I was only going to do news videos on bots, but I really want to talk about this one. So maybe I'll do more than just bots news, but we'll see. Anyway, what this specific news bit is that we have leaked photos of the next/last mainline Siege Leader class toy, that being an Optimus Prime, but not any Optimus Prime, an Optimus Prime based on the Cybertron toy, aka Galaxy Conovy in Japan. And holy crap, this was my Optimus in my childhood, and I am stoked! So, quick step back and see what the timeline's going on here. So, first things first, we knew Siege, the first wave of Siege Leaders were Shockwave and Ultra Magnus, and other listings were indicating, leaked listings I should say, were indicating we were only going to have one other Siege Leader in the main line, and that there was another listing with a bunch of random names that were suggesting that there were two different Optimus Primes that were leader classes, so probably one of them was going to be in Siege. So Siege Leader Optimus Prime with a Siege Voyager class Prime in the same line, so people were confused. But then we got photos of Ultra Magnus, proper in-hand stock photography of Ultra Magnus. And what was noticed very quickly was that Ultra Magnus had two black chunks on his legs that did not come from anywhere from Ultra Magnus. But looking at the details, it seemed that those were very similar to the guns on the legs of the super mode of Cybertron Optimus Prime. And that's all we had for a while, until we got solicitations for the first issues of the IDW reboot comics, or the brand new IDW, with characters based on their Siege toys. All of them were based on the ones that we had seen: Megatron, Starscream, Shockwave, Soundwave, those last three in vehicle mode, Prowl, Chromia, I think a couple others. But the one that was different was Optimus Prime, definitely not based on on the Voyager toy, which was very G1 cartoon design. This Optimus Prime had more details similar with the inner robot of the leader class Ultra Magnus, as well as but with a different chest, I should say. But with a different chest that, looking at the details, made it seem very similar to the Cybertron leader class toy. And that's all we had until today, or yesterday. It's probably going to go out a day late, on January 18th, when we got a blurred photo of what is supposedly the back of the packaging for the Optimus Prime for Siege, which indicated to be Cybertron. It's blurred, so there was a little bit of like, oh, is this photoshopped or whatnot? It's got like the same legs as Ultra Magnus, but everything else is so different, and there's so much more. So people were thinking, oh, this is very convincing, but like, is it really true? But then a few hours later, we got a straight up in-hand photo of the Siege Optimus Prime leader class based off of Cybertron Galaxy Conovy. And yes, I am all here for this. I think I just peeked the mics there. But to talk about the toy itself really quickly, we only see the combined super mode. We don't see the inner robot toy itself, though we can imagine what it looks like from the comic cover. We don't see a vehicle mode, but we can tell a lot about it. Retooled chest to give the G1 accurate chest, retooled shoulders to give him fake truck cab shoulders, bits to reimagine to look like the forearms of Optimus, though throwing a couple of guns on the front of them to be similar to Armada Prime. Again, legs are very similar to the Ultra Magnus, though they still have the guns on the side, and that looks very good. And it's got the wing pack, of course, the new head based on the Cybertron Optimus, of course, though the ears are supposed to be black, not blue, but whatever. If that really bothers me when I get it, I can paint it myself. And then the cannons. I did not expect it to actually come with the cannons, his notable supermassive fire truck cannons. And not only that, but the one had the front of it that could detach into a separate gun, and it does that, as you can see in the comparison of the two photos, with the blurry one having the full-length cannon and the second one having a shorter cannon with a 5mm post in it. That would be where that smaller gun goes. That would be separate and is capable of being handheld, which is awesome. Also, the cannons have ports on them, so you can actually plug the cannons into Optimus's hands, which is great. Just so great. And that's all we can see from what the images we have. I'm really curious to see how this looks in vehicle mode, because I'm certain it's going to look very similar to the original Cybertron toy, though not quite exact. But I'm still very excited to see it. I'm curious if it will be able to do the weapons platform that the original toy was able to do, which was just like taking the trailer part and just putting it down. But I'm expecting to do similar, considering how this has probably got to transform. At the very least, it's going to have the two cannons part. I don't know if it's going to be able to integrate the guns in the same way as the original toy was, like the four-leg guns in the same way the original toy was able to do, but there's probably going to be a lot of fun number ports and tabs over. So it's entirely possible they can get that to work, which again would be great. Like, there's so much more to this than both the Shockwave and Ultra Magnus, and they're the same price point. Just adding those cannons alone, and that surprises me so much. I love it. I love it all. Like, this looks so nice. I'm just waiting to see a picture of, like, oh yeah, the cannons can actually do the cyber key power thing. It's just not with a cyber key. I'm like, oh crap. It's probably not going to, but this still looks so great, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it and be able to review it for you guys. The last thing that I just want to quickly touch upon is, if we get a repaint of this, what could it be? Nemesis Prime colors is very common. I'd like to see SG colors, though. My friend Miguel, aka Logos Miner, had suggested, what if this is repainted into Nova Prime? That would look great. I'm just gonna say that. And other things that I would like to see with this is, if at some point we can get a Leo Breaker Wing Saber that can weaponize onto this, that would be fantastic. I don't think we are, but that would be great. And also, just a quick reminder, this is probably just making it a stronger case that, yeah, we're gonna get that Cybertron Defense Hotshot out of Hound. Just please do it, please. So yeah, that's all for this News Bits video. Let me know what your thoughts of this Optimus Prime are in the comments down below, and let me know if you do want me to keep doing News Bits of things that I find particularly interesting and we're wanting to talk about. Because I want to know what you guys want to see. But that's all I have to say, so thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SoundJack426. Also, please consider donating on my Patreon page to help support the channel. All the links will be in the description below. Thanks for tuning in. This is SoundJack's signing off.